first down. They hand off to Marlon Mack. Huge hole, 50-yard line. He's at the 40, still going near sideline. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Marlon Mack. Touchdown, INDY. And again, it's picked up. It's Darius Smith. Leonard with his second INT, and he's streaking down the near sideline. He's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's at the 20, he's gonna go! A pick six for the Maniac!
Horseshoe is back, baby! The horseshoe is back!
What is going on, Colts Nation? Xavier Caudill here, and today we're going to be going over some of the key matchups to watch in this Colts versus Packers game that's coming up. This is going to be a big game for the Colts, big game for the Packers. Not a must-win for the Packers, but almost a must-win for the Colts. We got the advantage over the Titans. The Titans are playing the Ravens. They're liable to lose, but this would be a huge game for us. If we win this game, this might solidify us winning the AFC South, which would be really cool. That'd be great. And the first matchup I got for us is going to be Quentin Nelson versus Kenny Clark. Last week we saw Jeffrey Simmons versus Quentin Nelson. This week we're seeing Kenny Clark versus Quentin Nelson. Now I'll say this to start. Kenny Clark isn't having the best year. He's coming off injury at the start of the season. He doesn't look the same. He doesn't look terrible. He still looks good. He still looks like a great one tech, but he doesn't look like he did last year. That being said, Nelson is coming off his best game of the season undoubtedly versus Jeffrey Simmons. I'm going to show you a couple plays where him and Castanzo, him and Kelly just absolutely blow him out of the hole. And you're going to see a lot of double teams on Kenny Clark. They're going to give him the same respect they gave Jeffrey Simmons. You're going to see Kelly, Nelson, Castanzo, Nelson double teaming him, moving him out of the hole, getting these power runs going, because that's what you're going to see in a power run scheme that the Colts run. You're going to see double teams. You're going to see the one tech being moved out of the hole, especially from Quentin Nelson. Nelson's too big, strong, and physical not to put in a double team because, I mean, you're just going to move guys with him, of course. But without further ado, let's see this film. First play here, you're going to see Kenny Clark working against Andrew Norwell. If you don't know Norwell, he was an All-Pro in 2017 at left guard. He's very talented guard. Very talented. Still 29, still in his prime. So this was a really great matchup for me to see. And this first play, you're just going to see Kenny Clark be aggressive, get off the ball hard, beat him to the point of contact, push him back about a yard, change that line of scrimmage, then find the ball and make the tackle. Let's see it. Yeah, really good job from Kenny there. Like I said, good hand fighting there. He gets off the ball really well, changes the line of scrimmage, moves his feet back. Does a really good job of locating the ball and getting to the tackle. He has really good instincts. That's something I love about Kenny Clark. It's just like he just knows where the ball is going pretty much every play. It's hard to fake him out. He's really disciplined in his technique, which is always something you want to see from your one technique, something Grover Stewart does really well too. Just an overall great play there from Clark. Next play, you're going to see the same thing I just said. Being physical, get off the ball, take the fight to the offensive lineman, change that line of scrimmage, locate the ball, make the tackle. That's something Kenny Clark does almost every single play. Now, making the tackle might be the only differential, but all four of them things he's going to try to do every single play. I love Kenny Clark as a defensive lineman. I think he's super talented. I think he's easily one of the best one techs in the league. Him, Jeffrey Simmons, a few others in there, but them guys are really, really good at what they do. But on this play, like I said, he's going to be physical, going to get off the ball, going to be aggressive off the ball, locate that ball, make the tackle. Let's see it. Boom, physical, moving. Like I said, this is Andrew Norwell. This guy's not a pushover. This is a really talented guard. They love him in Jacksonville. Right there, he just makes quick work of him, locates the ball, gets over, makes the tackle. That's a really great job from Kenny Clark. Packers fans love this guy. Every Packers podcast I listen to before this game, they've talked about him a lot. Talk about, is Kenny Clark going to be able to do anything against Quentin Nelson? I've heard that matchup 40 times already. So I decided to include it too. A really great job there from him. Let's move on to my film for Quentin Nelson. So for my film for Quentin Nelson, what I decided to do was pick the best matchup possible. In this previous week, he played against Jeffrey Simmons, the best interior defensive line in the league in my opinion. He is a beast. He is physical. He is strong. He has an elite strength just like Quentin Nelson. And what did we do? We double teamed him. We showed him a lot of respect. There wasn't many one-on-one blocks with Quentin Nelson and Jeffrey Simmons. There was one or two. There was two. Both of them were kind of duds. One of them was his own block. Quentin Nelson got him on that one. And the other one was just kind of like they both kind of missed and fell. They just get off the ball against each other and hit each other as hard as they can because they know they both are too strong to really sit there and hand fight. You know, they can't do that with each other. But on this play, you're going to see Quentin Nelson and Castanzo double team him and absolutely blow him out of the hole, drive him out of the frame. This was a great block from them two. This is something I really hope we're doing to Kenny Clark because Kenny Clark, like Jeffrey Simmons, can stuff the run. And that's something we're going to really have to pay attention to. We can't give Kenny Clark opportunities to stop our run game. We need to neutralize him first and foremost up front on that interior. And on this play, like I said, you're just going to see Castanzo, Nelson, blow him right out of the hole. Let's see it. Anchors down, Nelson runs, moves him right out. Really great block there. All Nelson had to do was hit him, make sure he doesn't get drove back. First thing, doesn't do that. Stumbles a little bit waiting on the double team. But once the double team comes, he gets locked on, drives his feet, and absolutely blows him out of there. That's a really great job there from Nelson and Castanzo. The really big thing about this was the fact that they just moved him. They moved him initially about half a yard off the ball, and they only needed a yard. So right here you can see there's pocket right here. If he just hits this pocket, it's a first down. That's a good blocking scheme there. Like I said, they do a really good job moving him out of there. Let's go on to the next play. So this next play is the most impressive play I've seen from this offensive line the whole season. They're going to let Jacoby Brissett, who's standing on the 3-yard line, run a sneak, and he's going to score. They put Jeffrey Simmons right here against Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson, because they know if they put anyone else, they're going to get absolutely rolled into the end zone. I could show you 5 plays from this game of when Kelly and Nelson double team number 90, and he just has bad time. I don't know if he wants to stay in the AFC South because after I watched that game, man, he might need to make a business decision on where he plays the rest of his career because the Titans wouldn't be a good spot for him, especially since these two guys are going to be here for a while. Now on this play, you're going to see them double team on a quarterback sneak and blow Jeffrey Simmons way back here into the end zone. Let's see it. Yeah, just consistent movement. That's perfect. And I hope we do this against Kenny Clark because I'm going to be honest with you, Kenny Clark is nowhere near as strong as a Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is like one of the strongest defensive linemen I've seen in the league in a while. He rivals Aaron Donald. He don't have the speed of Aaron Donald, but he's definitely stronger than Aaron Donald. He is like core strength, controlling his body, stopping the run. He is stronger than Aaron Donald. And you just see on this play, our center guard combo just absolutely washes him out of there. This happened a lot this game. There's way more double teams, but the 2 plays I showed you were the most impressive ones. Especially just being able to move Jeffrey Simmons out of the hole. That's impeccable. It doesn't matter who your center guard combo is. That guy is elite. It's a really good play from him. But let's move on to our next matchup. So my next matchup I got is going to be Darius Smith versus Anthony Castanzo. It's not all linemen, so don't worry about that. I got Xavier, Rhodes, Devonte Adams in here. But these two teams are really talented up front. Kenny Clark, Darius Smith, DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, Justin Houston, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Corey Linsley, guys like that. Elgton Jenkins, Bakhtiari. Like these two teams are loaded up front on both sides. So a lot of my matchups are them. But this next matchup is going to be the most pivotal for the Colts if we want to win this game. That's going to be, like I said, Darius Smith versus Anthony Castanzo. And I put Anthony Castanzo in a lot of these videos. If you watch this channel, the Bring the Juice podcast. I post these matchup videos every week. This is a big one because Anthony Castanzo hasn't played great this season. The last 3 weeks, he's really improved his play. He's starting to bring it along. He just looked slow at the start of the season. He's now kind of speeding up. He's looking stronger. He's looking more agile. He's looking like he's been training and taking care of his body more than he did at the start of this season, which is kind of weird because he's coming off a rib injury and he's actually playing better after the rib injury than he did before. Don't know how that happens, but hey, I'll take it. But Darius Smith is one of the most talented edge players in the league. He's like a TJ Watt. He is a game wrecker. He's obviously not as good as TJ Watt, but he's very close. He's incredibly close. And like TJ Watt, he's versatile. He can play the edge on the run. He can sniff out a run on the edge. He can move down to this 3-tech, play against the guard. He can play the edge rush, which is what he's best at, just like TJ Watt. But he does everything he does he does it very well. He's just an all-around great player, and he is somebody that's going to have to be contained if we want to win this game. Now, on this first play from him, you're going to see him do a really great job just setting this edge, sniffing out the run, and making this tackle. And a big reason I put this play in here, okay, he plays the edge, that's great. But where you might be without Jack Doyle, who is probably the second best run blocking tight end in the league. I mean, you can make an argument for it, other than George Kittle being number one, of course. Jack Doyle is a beast in the run game. He's 6'6", he's 270, he's physical. We'll actually trap him, let him hit a D tackle, and let our guard pull out. Like, we have a lot of trust in him, and for good reason. He is a great run blocker. But we could be without him and Mo Alley Cox, so it's going to be Trey Burton if we want to run to his side versus Darius Smith, and I do not like that matchup in any way, shape, or form. Let's see this first play. He's going to do a really good job of snuffing out this run, set this edge, completely beat him, make this tackle. It's just a really good job from him. Just push that guy out of the way, get the tackle. Not sure what that tight end was doing. I have no clue, but maybe he just didn't want to block him. Hey, that wasn't even close. Zadaria Smith just goes right to the backfield, sets that edge, gets that tackle. Really good job there from him. So this next play I got for you is going to be what I was talking about whenever I was saying he's versatile in his pass rush. You, of course, can have him out here on the edge, but they like to move him down here at this 4-tech, let him play against these guards, get a one-on-one rush with them. And he does a really good job here. And he's working against Matt Hennessy out of Temple. He's just 23. He's a young guy, but he has a lot of promise to him. Hennessy's a big dude. He has a lot of upside. He's kind of slow right now, but if he works on his agility, gets in the weight room, gets a little bit more agile, he's going to be a great guard for the Falcons. And here you're just going to see him put a great move on him. He's going to fake his outside, come back with a swim move back to the inside, completely freeze Matt Hennessy, and get straight to Matt Ryan. Let's see it. Yeah, great move there from him. Also gets the fumble sack. They don't recover, but that's just a great move, and then a really good job to be aware of that football and go for it. Like I said, he's versatile. He can play anywhere. You can put him really anywhere on this defensive line. Won't put him at the one technique, of course, because he's just not being utilized correctly, but he could probably play the one technique. He's physical. He's strong, and he's really too quick for interior guys to block him. Now, that being said, we do have three interior offensive linemen that are incredibly talented, so I don't think we'll see him down there much. I think Green Bay is going to prefer that Castanzo matchup with him a lot more than they would Nelson or Glowinski. But hey, it's still a possibility, and I just wanted to show it because they do like to throw him down here at the 4-tech. So now we're moving on to Anthony Castanzo. First play I got for you here is going to be play action. And the reason I'm throwing play action in here is because Frank Reich has really opened his playbook up. The start of the season, we played really vanilla, and we're able to get to a good record of 5-2. Just playing vanilla, playing how this team can play. And now we're starting to see a lot more creativity out of Reich. We're starting to see him run this play action, get a little bit more confidence in Rivers. I'm sure he's gained a little bit more over the last 3 weeks than he did, week 5, week 6. That's a good thing to see because Green Bay is actually 21st in the league in allowing rushing touchdowns. So they're not, they allow a lot of rushing touchdowns, and they're a middle of the pack in red zone defense, which is good for us because we've struggled in the red zone this year. So I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of runs when we get down here on their side of the field. We're going to see a lot of play action when we get on their side of the field because they're going to try to stack that box against us like every team has, like they did on this play. There's 6 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. That's just how teams play against the Colts. I'll give you a little reference. Last year, Marlon Mack only faced a stacked box on 12.5% of his plays. So people weren't rolling their safety down. They're playing too high safety. They didn't care about a run defense until it really picked up. Then people were like, okay, this year they've really acclimated to this offensive line. They figured out, okay, this offensive line is legit. They are elite, maybe the best squad in the league. And now Jonathan Taylor faces a stacked box on over 27% of his reps. So that is more than double what Marlon Mack faced. So teams have really figured out what this team's doing. And I think Frank Reich is going to start throwing a lot more of these play action plays he has in the last 3 weeks. So I think that's something to watch out for. But here, like I said, you're going to see him working against Unique Ngakoue, one of the best edge rushers in the league. And he does a really good job getting his hands on and not letting him get off his block. Really great job there for Castanzo. You're going to see this a lot, and it's going to be if he's playing against Darius Smith like this, it's going to be a big matchup because Darius Smith could be a guy that gets off this block pretty easily and gets the Rivers. But it's all time will tell. It's going to be on Castanzo. He writes his own destiny at the end of the day, and I'm pulling for him, and I think he can. But this is the matchup I am least confident in out of all of these matchups. See it. Really good play there from Castanzo. Let's move on to the next. So this next play, you're going to see him working against Unique Ngakoue again. Like I said, he's a really talented edge rusher, and he's just going to try to take Castanzo's outside. Castanzo does a good job at his technique, something he has done his whole career. Walls him off, keeps him away from Phillip Rivers, moves the feet really well. He's an agile left tackle. Let's see it here. Really good job. Moves his feet there, doesn't hold. Being steady. One thing I will worry more about Darius Smith. Darius Smith is way stronger than Unique Ngakoue, so there's more to worry about on his pass rush because Unique Ngakoue is a really good pass rusher. He was a 70 pressure guy back in Jacksonville. That's what got him his big contract. So interesting to see how this matchup ends up working out. But like I said, this is the one I'm least confident about. I think Darius Smith is super talented, and I know he's a lot better than Unique Ngakoue, so time will tell. But Castanzo's going to really have to come with this A game if he wants to block Darius Smith. So for my next matchup, I got Grover Stewart versus Corey Linsley. This is going to be a really big one for the Packers because Corey Linsley is going to be asked to block Grover Stewart one-on-one a few times this game, and if he doesn't do well in the matchups, the run game is just not going to succeed. This guy has to be blocked. He has to be double teamed if you want to move anyone in the power run game. And on this play, you're just going to see what Grover Stewart does well. It's be physical, get off the ball, change the line of scrimmage, and disrupt run plays. And right here, you're going to see him do that. He's going to get off the ball. He's going to fight down the line of scrimmage. He's going to make Kareem Hunt change his direction, and then he's going to end up making the tackle. Let's see it. Yeah, good job moving him back, getting to him, and then making the tackle, or getting to him and getting hands on. He gets back in on the pile. That's a really good job here, though. And keep in mind, this is J.C. Tretter. He's one of the most consistent centers in the league, and another guy I voted for to be in the Pro Bowl. He's a Pro Bowl caliber center. And Grover Stewart wore him out all day. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if Corey Linsley has what it takes to beat Grover Stewart in this matchup. I haven't seen a center do it yet this year, and I don't think Corey Linsley is going to be that guy. But hey, he has just as good of a shot as anyone, especially J.C. Tretter. I mean, they're both really talented guys. So we'll see. Time will tell. But I have a lot of confidence in this matchup that Grover Stewart's going to continue to perform and really hamper these offensive lines and stop this run game. So this next play is what really makes Grover Stewart such a great player to me. And that is his ability to fight down the line and make tackles 3-4 gaps over. That's something Grover Stewart does fantastic. And if you're going to ask your center to block him when he has a shade on him, you're going to run to the outside, going to run strong side, you're going to have an issue because Grover Stewart is going to whoop that center almost every time. I can almost guarantee you, unless you chop block him here, he's going to make this play. That's something he's done all season. I've seen it all season. I haven't even seen him. I don't think I've seen him lose a rep in this situation all season. So Corey Linsley really has his work cut out for him. And on this play, you're just going to see what he does best. He's going to get off the ball, change the line of scrimmage, get hands on, locate the ball, work down the line of scrimmage, and then make this tackle for a 2-yard gain. Let's see it. A really great job gets to him. He just gets too much movement initially because J.C. Treader does a good job of trying to work back in front of him, but he already had too much movement initially, already drove him too far back, and he's too quick. He's too agile sideline to sideline. This is maybe one of him, Kenny Clark, Jeffrey Simmons. These are a few of the guys in the league that can play on the interior and get sideline to sideline, make tackles. Kenny Clark and Grover Stewart are really very similar in that way because they're very smart. They know where the ball is, and they get sideline to sideline. That's big. But really good play. Let's move on to Corey Linsley now. So now we're on to Corey Linsley. I was thinking of matchups to pick here, and the one that came to mind when I saw they played Lions, of course, was Danny Shelton. Danny Shelton is a beast. He won a championship playing that middle guy. He was the replacement of Vince Wilfork for Bill Belichick over at the Patriots. And Danny Shelton's really talented. He gets off the ball hard. He fights. He's huge, 360, 370-pound guy, and he's physical. Now, I was going to pick somebody else that was a little bit more agile, like a Javon Kinlaw from 49ers, but there wasn't enough quality reps. I went through that film. I didn't see a lot that I liked, but I saw a lot that I liked here because a lot of what Green Bay does running-wise is just quick hitters up the middle. You see the double team, and then you just see a guy just run straight through the middle trying to get 4 or 5 yards. They just try to hit you quick, keep you on your toes in the run game. And here you're just going to see a really quality double team from them. A really great job from Linsley, keeping his outside shoulder, keeping him from the ball, and they get a good 4 or 5 yard gain here. Let's see it. A really good job there from him, and that's something they're going to have to do this game. If they want to get quick hitters up the middle, they're going to have to get a double team on Grover Stewart and keep him out of this play. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like this guy right here. I just do not like Lucas Patrick. I don't think he's that good. I think he's really their weak spot on the line. So you're going to see either DeForest Buckner or Grover Stewart working against Lucas Patrick one-on-one a couple times this game, and that could be a big issue for Green Bay, especially DeForest Buckner in the pass game. If they leave him one-on-one with DeForest Buckner, that could be catastrophic for them. So we're going to see. I thought about throwing that matchup in here, but I didn't think that was talent versus talent. I thought it was just, it just wasn't. It wasn't like a great matchup between good players. But really good play from them. Let's move on to the next. So this next play is going to be Corey Linsley working one-on-one against Danny Shelton again. He does a really good job here of getting his outside, reaching him on a play that's going to the outside. So this run's going out here. He's going to reach Shelton. A really good job of getting his outside shoulder here and keeping him from getting in on this play. The reason I throw this in here is because I showed you Grover Stewart. It's going to be really pivotal for Linsley to make this block because Grover Stewart will absolutely disrupt this play, get over here, and make this tackle. And like I said, I haven't seen Grover Stewart lose this matchup yet this year. This is not an exaggeration. The guy's a beast. The guy's absolutely night and day different from last year. He lost 25 pounds. He is just super athletic now. He's down to 310. He was at 345 last year, I believe. So that's It's an amazing difference, and his play is completely different. He's just as strong last year and just so much more agile, so much more bend. It's actually incredible seeing what Grover Stewart did this year. Another thing to keep in mind too, we're going to be having Taylor Stallworth come off the bench too, who's a really talented one technique as well. So Corey Linsley's going to see a lot of good defensive line depth this game too. But let's see this play. Does a really good job of getting his shoulder here, and that's going to be something, if they want to run the ball to the outside anywhere near the tackle, that's going to have to happen, because Grover Stewart will absolutely track down your block. We got guys that play the edge. We got to tackle on Lewis. He's going to stop him from getting the edge out there, and he's going to have to cut back in, and it's going to be pivotal for Corey Linsley to really make that block. And for my last matchup I have is going to be Xavier Rhodes versus Davante Adams. Now, this is a matchup we have seen over the years and is notoriously in favor of the Packers. I actually watched the game week 2 in 2019. I couldn't find a rep Xavier Rhodes won against Davante Adams. So every single one of these reps are in favor of Davante Adams, which is incredible to me. One of them was really well played by Xavier Rhodes, I'll say that. They still get the catch, but Xavier Rhodes was literally inches away from making this play. It was a really good job on a slant route, something he plays really well. But to be fair to Xavier Rhodes, this year his play is completely different from last year. Last year he was battling through injuries the whole time. He just didn't look the same, and now he's really back into shape. He's healthy, and he's playing some of the best football he's played in a couple of years. And the numbers speak volumes. Xavier Rhodes on third down has been targeted over 12 times and hasn't one time conceded a pass. Quarterbacks have a 0% completion percentage against him on third down. That is astronomical. That is huge. That is huge for us this year. His catch to target rate last year was 80%. So any time a quarterback targeted him last year, they caught it 80%, or I think it was 83. So somewhere around there. This year, he cut it 100%. It's now down in the 40%. So he's a night and day difference as well. He has been a great player for us. He's playing at a Pro Bowl level, I'm going to be honest. We have a corner one. Xavier Rhodes is a corner one right now in this league. There's not many teams he could go to right now. He wouldn't be a corner one. And what he's really benefiting from is this zone defense. We like this soft zone. I know it plays in Aaron Rodgers' hands, but it really helps him. He's physical, he's tall, and he's just really good in zone. He's kind of like a Richard Sherman in my opinion. But on this first play here, you're just going to see Davante Adams just absolutely burn him. He's going to come across the field, and Xavier Rhodes is nowhere near fast enough to keep up with him. Let's see it. Here he is. Yeah, just absolutely torches him. Gets there and just does a really good job of just being – he's just faster. Right now, I think Davante Adams is still faster, but Xavier Rhodes looks slow this game. He does not look slow right now. Xavier Rhodes in no way, shape, or form looks like a slow person. He really has just gotten to better shape. He's healthy now. He just looks like a much better player, more confident. So this next play I got is just going to be Xavier Rhodes getting absolutely torched. I mean, Davante Adams hits him with a move that just freezes him and makes him grab him, get the pass interference, make sure they don't get a touchdown on this play, because Davante Adams hits him with an incredible route here. He's probably the best route runner in the league, has been for the last couple of years, and he shows it on this play why. Let's see it. Right here he is. Look at that move, man. Just crispy. Xavier Rhodes is forced to grab onto him. Make sure this isn't a touchdown. That was just such a pretty route. Such a pretty route. What a move. And the thing about this is Xavier Rhodes won't be in these situations this game. You won't see man coverage, no help over the top for Xavier Rhodes versus Davante Adams. You won't see that. And this looks more like zone. This looks like cover 3 anyways, but you won't see this matchup much. You won't see him just slow walking back. You're going to see a guy come out here faster. This isn't going to happen, is what I'm saying. But this is just such a pretty route from Davante Adams. I really had to put it in here. This is my third play I have from them. And this is the play I was talking about that Xavier Rhodes did a really good job in coverage. Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He will fit balls into windows that no one else can, and this is one of them balls because Xavier Rhodes is right in his Devonta Adams hip pocket on the slant. Something Xavier Rhodes has always done really well, even last year when he was playing poorly. He played the slants really well. And Devonta Adams comes on the slant. Xavier Rhodes is right in his hip, has his hand on the hip, and he dives out to smack this ball away. Aaron Rodgers puts it right where only Devonta Adams can make this catch. Currently, I think you can only see their feet, but they're right up here. You'll see them better here in a second. I'll pause the video just kind of so you can see them and see where he's at. Let's see it. Right here they are. You see where Xavier Rhodes is. He's a little bit behind, but he's going to get this hand in here and dive and almost make this play. He's going to be very, very close. Let's see it. Super close. I mean, just by inches, Aaron Rodgers makes this play. But a really great effort there from Xavier Rhodes. Hopefully we can contain this. Like I said, he looked slower last year. This year he looks faster than this. I'm telling you right now, this matchup won't be so poorly in our favor, or won't be so strongly in their favor, because this still could go bad. This is the, other than the Anthony Castanzo, Darius Smith, this is the second least confident matchup I have for our guy. Also because Devonta Adams is in the prime, Xavier Rhodes is 30. Xavier Rhodes is still pretty quick, but he's not as quick as Devonta Adams. And Devonta Adams is absolutely elite in every way, shape, or form as a receiver. But a really good play there. Great play from both guys. Really great ball there from Aaron Rodgers. Let's get on to the next. This next play is yet again just going to be Devonta Adams burning Xavier Rhodes on a crossing route. Xavier Rhodes this game just was playing fearful. He didn't look confident. He had no confidence. I shouldn't say fearful. He just didn't have any confidence in his play. And that's a big issue with corners, because cornerback is all about being confident in your moves, being confident in your play style. Like that's a big thing for corners. But Xavier Rhodes just wasn't that this game. This year, like I said, he just looks night and day difference. But still, yet I gotta have this matchup is definitely in the favor of Devonta Adams and Aaron Rodgers, because this matchup notoriously has just been in their favor. They played twice a year whenever they played against the Vikings versus Packers, and Devonta Adams has been beating Xavier Rhodes for years. So it's going to be an interesting one to see. But still, yet on this play, you're just going to see him come across the middle, absolutely burn him. I wish there could have been some matchups where Xavier Rhodes won, but there just wasn't. I can't sugarcoat it. He didn't win any of these matchups I saw. He didn't play good coverage on him. He only played good coverage really on him was that one play I showed you, and that was just Aaron Rodgers. You can play great coverage all you want, but Aaron Rodgers can put a football where nobody can touch it but his receiver. That's just the fact of the matter. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the greatest I've ever seen do it, especially skill-wise. Maybe even the most versatile quarterback to ever play the game, just with how much mobility he has, how he can throw on the run, scramble, hit anyone 50 yards on the run. I mean, it's just incredible how well he is. He's just such an underrated quarterback. People don't give him his respect because he only has one Super Bowl. But he is just such a great player. But yeah, really great play there from Devonta Adams. Hopefully this goes in the other way. This game, of course I'm a Colts fan, but I just really hope this doesn't turn out how it has from history. But hey, players come from this conference all the time and do a great job on the Colts. Eric Ebron did. Came over, played for the Colts, had a career revitalization. Xavier Rhodes coming over, playing for the Colts, having a career revitalization. That's awesome to see. But that's all the clips I have for you guys. I'll talk a little bit about this game. I think the Colts are a good matchup for them. And I say that because our defense is so good. And their defense has just looked kind of average this year. I mean, they're not terrible by any means. They're nowhere near terrible, but they just haven't looked elite. They're not the best defense we played this year. They're not them. That's not them. And this matchup may go in our favor because of that. Philip Rivers has really played well against defenses that aren't, elite, that aren't the Ravens. That aren't playing this style that's getting pressure on him, like the Browns. Myles Garrett really single-handedly wrecked that game for us because of how much pressure he was getting because LaRaven Clark wasn't starting, or LaRaven Clark was starting. Anthony Castanzo was out with that rib injury. But I think this game can go in our favor. Now, one thing to note, this game is going to get out of hand if we cannot run the ball. If we don't have any success in the run game against these guys, we're going to struggle. Their run defense is like 10th right now in yards, but like I said, 21st in rushing touchdowns, so that's bad. Their red zone defense is average. That's bad for them. This overall is going to come down to us limiting their possessions because they're really high in points. Their defense is really and their defense hasn't gave up many points this year, but that, I think, is consequently of their offense playing so good. We saw what Dalvin Cook did to them for the Vikings. We obviously don't have Dalvin Cook, but our offensive line is a lot better. I mean, they got Reef, they got Garrett Bradbury, but we got, 5 guys that are players, that are straight run blockers, that are just mess you up in the trenches, and that's what I hope really happens for us. I hope we get this run game going like we did against the Titans, and we continue success there and open this play action up game for Philip Rivers because he really needs it. But hey, that's all I got for you guys. If you like the content, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Until next time, guys, peace.